Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're cracking the code on a seriously powerful strategy that'll let you leapfrog your competition in Google. And here's a hint, it's not about aiming for #1 anymore.
You know, for years, everyone's been obsessed with clawing their way to that coveted #1 spot. But what if I told you there's a secret position, a shortcut that's way better, more visible, and a heck of a lot more powerful?
All right, so let's get right into it. We are talking about a rank that, believe it or not, literally sits above all the others. It's the very first thing a user sees before they even think about scrolling.
So this magic spot, it's called Position 0. And here's the kicker. You don't get there the old-fashioned way. Nope. You earn it through a special feature from Google called a featured snippet. Think of it as Google wanting to give users the perfect answer right away. And these snippets are just perfectly designed. They're like these neat little info boxes that give a user everything they need all at once. A direct answer to their question, your page title, and of course, a big clickable link sending them right to your website. Okay, so why is this so-called shortcut such a massive deal? Why is it a complete game changer for your website's traffic? Well, let's break down the huge advantages. Now, this is what's so wild about it. Google doesn't always pick the #1 result for this spot. It can actually reach down the page to, say, position #6, grab your content, and just poof, launch it straight to the very top. I mean, you can literally jump over 5 of your competitors instantly.
And get this, if you manage to snag position 0, your website can actually show up twice on the first page of Google. Yeah, you heard that right. Once in that big, beautiful snippet up top, and then again in your regular spot down below. Talk about total domination of the page.
So when you put them side by side, it's crystal clear. Position 0 isn't just one step higher. It's in a whole different league. It actually steals clicks from the #1 result. Its format is way more eye-catching, and it basically shouts to the world that your site is the ultimate authority. So now that you know why you want it, let's get into the how. This is the playbook. To win this spot, you've got to know what you're aiming for, and there are basically 5 different kinds of snippets you can target. First up, we've got the classic, the one you've definitely seen a million times, the paragraph snippet. It's the workhorse of position 0. And this is your absolute go-to for answering those direct what is or who is kind of questions. If you write a perfect, concise summary, think 40 to 60 words, in your content, you're essentially spoon-feeding Google the exact answer it's looking to feature. All right, next up, we have the list snippet. This one is huge for any sort of step-by-step process. So if your content explains a how-to, like a recipe or a guide, formatting it with numbered or bulleted lists is absolutely crucial. Why? Because Google sees that clean structure and can just lift it directly into the search results, making you incredibly visible. The third type is the table snippet. Now this one is fantastic for presenting organized data so people can easily compare things. So if you have info like prices, dates, or product specs, formatting it in an HTML table makes it super easy for Google to understand. It can then answer a complex query with a simple, clean table that users can understand at a glance. It's brilliant. For content that's just better when you can see it, the video snippet is an incredibly powerful option. I mean, sometimes you just have to show people, right? Well, instead of text, Google can pull a specific relevant clip from a video, usually from YouTube, to answer the question. This is a goldmine for product demos or any tutorial where seeing is believing. And finally, we have the 2-in-1 snippet. This is where Google's search engine really starts to show off its smarts. This really shows you how intelligent the algorithm is getting. It might pull the absolute best paragraph from your site, but then pair it with the most relevant image from a competitor's site just to create the ultimate, most helpful answer. It's pretty amazing. So the big question, how do you actually get there? Well, I gotta be honest, it's not about some secret trick. Earning your spot in position 0 means you have to build a really solid foundation first. Look, before Google even thinks about featuring your content, you have to nail the fundamentals. These aren't just suggestions, they're non-negotiable. Your site has to be secure with HTTPS, period. It needs to load fast because nobody waits around. It absolutely must look and work great on mobile. And finally, yeah, it needs some recognized authority. If you don't have this stuff locked down, you're not even in the running. And here is a fantastic and maybe even surprising tip that comes straight from our source material. Whatever you do, do not get rid of your old content. And why is that?
Well, those older pages, they have history. They've built up authority over time that Google actually recognizes. So your strategy shouldn't be to delete them, but to go back, update them, and integrate that powerful content with new information and new keywords. You're building on the strong foundation you already have.
So there you have it. That is the entire playbook for Position Zero: the what, the why, and the how. Now I want you to take a hard look at your own website, at your own content. After seeing these 5 distinct paths to the top, which snippet type is the biggest missed opportunity for you to take that shortcut?